The Veldt, 1950, published originally as The World the Children Made, Ray Bradbury. George, I wish you looked at the nursery. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Well then, I just want you to look at it is all, or call a psychologist to look at it. What would a psychologist want with a nursery? You know very well what he'd want. His wife paused in the middle of the kitchen and watched the stove busy humming to itself, making supper for four. It's just that the nursery is different now than it was. All right, let's have a look. They walked down the hall of their soundproof Happy Life home, which had cost them $30,000 installed. This house which clothed and fed and rocked them to sleep, and played and sang and was good to them. Their approach synthesized a switch somewhere in the nursery. Light flickered on when they came within 10 feet of it. Similarly, in the halls, lights went on and off as they left behind with a soft automaticity. Well, said George Hadley. They stood on the thatched floor of the nursery. It was 40 feet across by 40 feet long and 30 feet high. It had cost half, again, as much as the rest of the house, but nothing is too good for our children, George had said. The nursery was silent. It was empty as a jungle glade in a hot high noon. The walls were blank and two-dimensional. Now, as George and Linda Hadley stood in the center of the room, the walls began to purr and recede into crystalline distance, it seemed, and presently African veldt appeared in 3 times dimensions on all sides, in color reproduced in the final pebble and bit of straw. The ceiling above them became a deep sky with a hot yellow sun. George Hadley felt the perspiration start on his brow. "Let's get out of this sun," he said. "This is a little too real, but I don't see anything wrong." "Wait a moment. You see?" said his wife. Now the hidden autorifilmics were beginning to blow a wind of odor at the 2 people in the middle of the baked veldt land. The hot straw smell of lion grass, the cool green smell of the hidden waterhole, the great rusty smell of animals, the smell of dust like a red paprika in the hot air. And now the sounds, the thump of distant antelope feet on grassy sod, the papery rustling of vultures. A shadow passed through the sky. The shadow flickered on George Hadley's upturned, sweating face. "Filthy creatures," he said to his wife. "The vultures. You see, there are lions far over that way. Now they're on their way to the waterhole. They've just been eating," said Linda. "I don't know what. Some animal?" George Hadley put his hand up to a shelf of the building light from his squinted eyes. "A zebra, or maybe a baby giraffe, maybe." "Are you sure?" His wife sounded particularly tense. "No, it's a little too late to be sure," he said. "Assumed. Nothing over there I can see but clean bone and vultures dropping for what's left." "Did you hear that scream?" she asked. "No." "About a minute ago." "Sorry, no." The lions were coming. And again George Hadley was filled with admiration for the chemical genius who had convinced this room. A miracle of efficiency, selling foreign